and ultimately the president. Do what our son did. Be a grown-ass man. Admit to your mistakes. Learn from them so that this doesn't happen ever again.
Powerful words there from Darren Hoover, a father of a soldier who died in the Afghanistan withdrawal. Marine Staff Sergeant Darren Taylor Hoover Jr. was one of the 13 service members who was killed in a bomb attack in August 2021, which took place just a few days before the US withdrew from Afghanistan. In a televised meeting for the Gold Star families, the loved ones of those 13 militants demanded answers from the White House. Or as Mr. Hoover puts it, telling Joe Biden to be a grown-ass man and admit his mistakes. The Biden administration's operation to end the 20-year war in Afghanistan was described as fatally flawed. When the US withdrew their troops in August 2021, Afghanistan fell to the Taliban quicker than ever expected. It saw thousands of Afghanis fleeing to Kabul airport, desperate to leave the country for fear of what was to come, with some citizens even hanging on to military planes as they took off. A twin terror attack carried out by ISIS-K left 175 Afghans and 13 US soldiers dead. While the decision to withdraw from Afghanistan in general wasn't necessarily criticised, it was the way in which the Biden administration went about it. The White House was ridiculed for the way America just walked away, resulting in the death of 13 militants and hundreds of Americans living in the country left behind in the now Taliban-operated country.
We left thousands of allies behind. Billions of dollars in resources for them to use against us. This was not a success.
It was one of the more problematic starts to the Biden administration's term, but it seems to have fallen on deaf ears as the families of those who died seek answers and accountability. Congressman Darrell Issa said, "For almost 2 years, the Gold Star families of the fallen in Afghanistan have waited for answers and accountability for the loss of their loved ones, and they have waited long enough. At every turn, they've been shut out and ignored by the Biden administration that prefers to turn the page on its disaster. That stops now." Despite the fact that Joe Biden has copped copious amounts of backlash for his decision, he continued to describe the evacuation as an extraordinary success. In September 2021, less than a month after the evacuation, Senator John Barrasso told the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee that if Joe Biden does believe that, then it is the lie of the 21st century and the president must be delusional.
America can no longer ever say we leave no American behind, because Joe Biden did. And by your own testimony and your words this morning, there are still about 100 Americans trapped behind enemy lines. But this withdrawal, and you've heard it from other senators on both sides of the aisle, has been an epic failure.
In June this year, President Biden continued to stand by his operation.
Mr. President, do you admit the failure in Afghanistan? Mistakes. There was a report on Afghanistan withdrawal saying there was failure, mistakes. Do you admit there was mistakes during the withdrawal and before?
No, all the evidence is coming back there. Remember what I said about Afghanistan? I said Al-Qaeda would not be there. I said it wouldn't be there. I said we'd get help from the Taliban. What's happening now? What's going on? Read your press. I was right. Thanks.
At today's meeting, other Gold Star family members spoke of their loss. Darren Hoover's mother was reduced to tears when describing the withdrawal operation.
My son, these 12 others left this earth thinking that their command cared nothing for them. The wounded feel that their command felt nothing for them. The survivors felt that their command felt nothing for them. I feel this as well. After seeing their friends die, picking them up off the ground, sending them off, them being told to destroy everything at the airport, they were told, "You gotta clean up the airport. We can't leave it dirty for the Taliban. They have to clean up the airport." What kind of disrespect? What kind of hatred? for our military. What kind of mess. Confusion, deceit, lost, angry, sad, heartbroken, and disgusted. These are the feelings that the service members felt and are still feeling.